Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be making a Majestic Squire ballpoint pen and a workshop sketch pencil. And the blanks that I'll be using is Molten Bronze, which will go for the Majestic Squire, and Moon Rock, which will go on the workshop sketch pencil. These are two blanks I haven't used before, so I'm excited to see how they turn out. And also the Majestic Squire ballpoint pen. I had this sourced from Penn State Industries in America, and I'm excited to see how this turns out. It goes well with the Majestic fountain pen and roller ball pen as well. And in the future I'll be turning a Majestic fountain pen and roller ball pen to match this Majestic Squire. They'll also be in the Molten Bronze, but they only had one of these blanks available at the time. So I'll start with these two and you can see them at some point in the future. So I'm going to go and prepare these blanks and then you can come back and you can see the turning. We'll start by turning the sketch pencil, which is the Moon Rock blank. And I actually noticed underneath the label for pen kits there was a Penn State Industries label which said that the name of this blank is Antique Silver. So for those in America, if you're interested in this blank, it's Antique Silver that you need to look for, not Moon Rock. But if you're in the UK on Pen Kits Direct, it's listed under Moon Rock, just for your information. So I'll turn this and then I'll polish it with a micro mesh, and then I'll turn the Molten Bronze one for the Majestic Squire, and then I'll assemble both of them at the same time just to make this video flow a bit better. And as usual I'll be turning using a rough and gouge for the initial turn, and then an oval skew to plane it down to the bushings. And both of these tools are freshly sharpened. Alright, both blanks are now turned, and I have to say, straight off the lathe, they are both stunning. So we'll start by assembling the sketch pencil, which is really simple. The centre coupling pushes into either end of both blanks, and then this little hex nut pushes over the bare end of the brass tube at the end here. Just going to be careful starting this one off to not damage the end of the brass tube on this one. There we go. This little hex nut, the purpose of this is so that when you put the pencil down, it will register on a flat surface against one of the edges of the hex nut, so it won't roll around. I'm just going to put a little dab of CA glue around the brass there to hold this on so it won't fall off. Don't know if you can see there, I've just put a few little dots. I don't want too much, otherwise it will squeeze out. Next, the lead assembly screws into the end of the brass tube. There are threads on the inside of there for that to just screw onto. Then you can drop a graphite in the end. And this little part here is the back of the pencil, and it actually screws off, and there is a sharpening blade on the inside there so that you can continue to put a sharp point on the graphite. So to put this on, we screw that onto the sharpener, and we put just a little bit of CA glue on the back here. What I'm going to do first though is, because this is gluing onto a brass tube here, I'm just going to rough up around this edge here so that the glue will adhere to that brass. Okay, so now we can screw that back in. We don't need to have the lead in at this point, it's better not to have it in. And again, just a little dot of CA in the end here, not too much, otherwise it will squeeze out on the inside. Just going to apply some pressure to that for a few seconds while that glue cures. Okay. Then once the glue on that's cured, depress the plunger at the back and you can slide a fresh graphite into the end of the pen. And there you have an excellent workshop or utility pencil. I do really like this moon rock or antique silver, whichever you want to call it. It's a nice dark black, but there is the silver swirls throughout it as well. I'm not sure if the camera can really pick up much of that. Now for the Majestic. With this you can screw off the gold nib on the bottom here. And this pushes on. It can push on to either side. Both sides are the same dimension. That pushes on. Then we can take the clip and it pushes on. I'll have a look around, try and decide the best place to put this. I would say that would be the best place, so that as you're holding the pen and writing, this lovely metallic effect will be present on top of the pen. So we'll push this in here. You can screw the gold nib back on the end, drop the spring down inside, followed by your ink cartridge. Then your transmission screws into the back of the clip assembly. You want to make sure that that is really tight down. And finally the end cap just slides on the end. There you have a finished Majestic Squire ballpoint pen with a molten bronze acrylic blank. The fire that is in this particular blank really is quite incredible. And as I said earlier at the start of the video, this pen is to be in a companion set, a full Majestic set. I have kits for a Majestic fountain pen and a Majestic rollerball pen, which I'll be turning in the future once I can get more of these molten bronze blanks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this project. I'm looking forward to Christmas Day when I'll be able to watch my brother unwrap this pen and pencil. He's been saying for quite a while now, since I've been making pens, that he would like a set of Majestics. So this Majestic Squire will be the first in that collection, followed by the Majestic fountain pen and the rollerball pen, and a letter opener in the Majestic as well. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you to my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope this will be an incentive for you to click subscribe so that you can come back and see my future projects, and also visit my channel so that you can see the projects that I've done in the past. Thanks for watching.